Hey, you listen to Wrestling Roundup on FreeFM 89.0 and ArrowFM. As always, I'm Grady, and live on Skype again this week, we got Josh.
Hey.
We're gonna kick it off straight into this Elimination Chamber. We're gonna be looking at it, but just before we get there, we had a title change on Raw.
Been one we've been expecting for a while, too.
Yeah, the timing, I guess, is the only thing about it that we weren't necessarily expecting. We thought the Revival were going to pick up the titles for a while, but they lost time and time again, and then they just sort of won it this time.
Yeah. Which leads me to believe that they'll lose them at WrestleMania.
Fair enough. Who to? Who to at a big guess?
I could see a streak being broken.
Okay.
Not that it would make me any happy, but I could see it.
Fair enough. And then the other thing before we get to the chamber, Becky Lynch, for now, I will put for now, has been replaced in her WrestleMania match that she so rightfully earned.
Quotation marks around the rightfully earned as well. This is a major I told you so moment. Because it's all playing exactly as expected. Outside of the co-winners.
We just took a little while to get there, and we went a route that we didn't necessarily expect.
And so, we're going to get the triple threat that I personally have wanted. I know the internet wants Becky versus Roundup, but that's not the biggest match possible. And not the slam dunk main event for WrestleMania.
I'm with you in saying that the triple threat, there's no way they don't put it on last. But yeah, I would be interested in any combination. I still think the hotness is Becky Ronda, but putting Charlotte there definitely gives it star power, I guess could be the right word there. And just bumps it full of it and, as you say, secures that final spot.
I would be interested in if they made the triple threat an elimination match.
Okay.
And Becky and Charlotte eliminate Ronda right up, after 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and then wrestle each other for 30. Because nobody would expect that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Does it sound cool? Yes. Will it happen? We'll have to wait and see, but if I was a betting man, which I am, I would bet on no, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think they would rather employ I think it was Bully Ray that had the idea of, if they were going to do the elimination, and have Charlotte get eliminated rather quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then have Becky Ronda wrestle for a while.
Yeah, I could see that. That's, to me, more likely, if you're throwing up the options. I think Ronda is going to get a big spotlight put on her. And it'll be interesting to see, because obviously Ronda Charlotte was great. Becky and Ronda have been building it really well. Becky Charlotte has happened 1,000 times, and it's always great. So seeing what sort of fresh stuff this combination can bring, and specifically to me, bring out of Ronda. But for that, we'll have to wait and see another couple of months. Before we get there, we've got the Elimination Chamber. Where do we start? Let's start with the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Miz and Shane McMahon defending them against the Usos.
I think the little engine that could will go one more pay-per-view together before the implosion.
One more?
Yeah.
Do you think they'll
because
implode
there happens
at
to be we happen to be on the fast lane to WrestleMania.
So if explode at Fastlane and then match at Mania is what you're lining up.
That's what I'm expecting.
Okie Madoki. And when they explode, who's getting the titles? I'm asking the hard question again.
I'll go with probably Harper and Rowan as the Planet's tag team.
Okay. Fair enough. And now we're on to the Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy defending it against Akira Tozawa one-on-one this time.
This should be an interesting match. I don't expect Buddy to drop it here.
Yes.
But nothing would surprise me.
Nope, you're not allowed to say that. There is zero chance that Buddy Murphy drops the title here. He's going to hold on to it.
You know what happens when we say zero chance, though?
Yeah, I know. There's a 2% chance. And then we've also got the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush taking on Finn Balor in a handicap match.
Finn Balor wins the title.
I have an alternate suggestion.
Although I would really enjoy if Lio Rush won the match.
Yes, I was going to say, Lio Rush gets the pinfall. Does he get the title?
No.
Damn. Oh. That was my hope. My hope was Lio Rush pins Finn and gets the title, and everyone's like, oh my god. You disappoint me.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
Are you saying it has a 0% chance of happening?
I'll put it at 0.1% because almost everything can happen in the WWE.
Almost everything, except for Baron Corbin winning his no DQ match against Braun Strowman.
Yeah, that's pretty unlikely.
I'm gonna put Lio Rush walking out with the Intercontinental title over Baron Corbin winning, like chances wise.
I'm not.
Okay. You got a little bit more faith in Baron, or a little less faith in
No,
Lio.
it's not really faith in Baron as much as belief that WWE doesn't have as much faith in Braun as you think they do.
Okay. So how do you see this match coming out then?
75% chance of an absolute slaughter. 10% chance of an actual competitive match. And then a 15% chance that Corbin just cheats to win.
Okay. I like that 15%. I'm quite happy with both competitors. I wouldn't mind either of them going on to do something great after this. I think they've been so intertwined still, even at this point, that it would be great to separate them, please. Braun did his thing, and then he went off with injury, and it sort of stunted it a little bit, and then he came back, and it felt like we're just sort of regressing a little bit after that injury. So I would like to start both of these men off on their road to WrestleManias, presuming they won't be attacking each other for another 2 months, and just crossing my fingers that at least one of them isn't in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Just one of them, that's all I'm asking for.
I think I'm going to take 5% away from the cheating and bring in Drew McIntyre for that 5%.
I'll take it. Noticeably missing from the card. What do we have left? As is the Universal Championship, but that's not happening till WrestleMania. We got the Raw Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. We're talking about 0% chances. What's the number we're pegging on Ruby here?
This is one of those cases where the term absolute zero might actually apply.
Well, we can't say 0 because we've realized that doesn't work. So we have to go with infinitesimally small. Just 0.0 reoccurring for the rest of the world, and then a 1 at the end. Basically 0.
The temperature of liquid nitrogen.
If Ruby Riott wins here, it would be a shock. A very big shock. I don't know how I would get over it. I wouldn't necessarily be mad. I would just be sitting there with my jaw on the floor, and it would take me a little while to pick it up.
You would be the Undertaker guy, part 2.
Yeah, I'd just be sort of stuck in that for a few hours, trying to figure out how Ruby Riott just defeated Ronda Rousey. And reading those names out so many times, and thinking to the behind the scenes clip with Rhea Ripley, WWE. I know Ronda came in with her name, but still really love the double R with Ronda Rousey, Ruby Riott, and Rhea Ripley. Slight sidetrack note there, just as I was reading out the names. But I imagine that Ronda here can make a fairly quick work of Ruby, despite, I don't know, depending on match order, I'm assuming the women's tag will maybe go on last? Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan may still be fresh, may still be after their match, may play a factor, may just stay out the back prepping. I feel like even if they do play a factor in this match, that Ronda could still easily dispatch the three of them, heading towards WrestleMania, where we ultimately know there will be a triple threat. If not, then some combination of Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky.
Yeah, that shouldn't be that much of a surprise, considering she pretty much handled them 3-on-1, back when she was feuding with the Riott family with Natalya.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a lot of chances here for Ruby. We've pretty much written her off, but that's when the best surprises come. When we totally write somebody off.
I'm just hoping for a really, really good match, so that later on WWE realize they've got something with Ruby and can give her a chance later on when they need to.
Yeah, I'm with you. Any other competitor, at any other time in the year where we're not heading towards this big Rousey WrestleMania main event moment, I would be 1,000% behind Ruby picking up the title and running with it. And if that means in this shake-up moving the Riott Squad over to SmackDown and having her have a run at Asuka or whoever has it at that time, I'd be fully behind that. But this isn't the time for a Raw Women's Championship change. It just isn't, and nothing's going to happen in the next 2 months to change my mind on that.
We just got to get to point B, because we're at point A right now.
Mm-hmm. And between there, we've got the Elimination Chamber, obviously, where Ronda takes on Ruby, but we've also got Fastlane. And I don't see the Universal title changing hands or the Raw Women's Championship changing hands between there. I'm going to assume Universal won't be booked at Fastlane, but we'll see what happens with Raw Women's as well. I presume around there, if not at that pay-per-view, Becky will find her way back into the match. So Ronda could take the night off and prep up for their WrestleMania collision.
Yeah, I'm expecting at Fastlane Charlotte versus Becky, with the stipulation that if Becky wins, she's back in the match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be my assumption. We've also got the Ric Flair birthday celebration coming up, where she could finagle her way into that opportunity. Couple of different options there, but at some point between now, then, or at the pay-per-view, she'll be back in that. I have confidence. And now it is time to go to our entrance theme for this week. Josh, you picked Charlotte purely because you wanted to tease the people.
Yep.
There's no other reason. There's rarely a proper, decent reason. This time it's just, haha guys, Charlotte found her way into the match like we said she would. And you're back with the Wrestling Roundup on FreeFM 89.0 and ArrowFM. Grady and Josh, we're still chatting about the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. We got the 2 chambers left to go. Let's start with this WWE Championship, because this is going to force us to rewind. But let me get through the monologue here. Daniel Bryan with his fancy new belt, defending it against AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, and Kofi Kingston. Mustafa Ali out with injury, swapped out, with Randy Orton coming in 6th due to his win in a gauntlet match where Kofi Kingston was the Iron Man and absolutely showed everyone why he is one of the best wrestlers on this roster.
definitely a major moment for Kofi. And I hope it leads to what we really, really want.
Xavier Woods
Kofi
title
versus...
run. Oh, what? Sorry?
Kofi versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania for the title.
I'm solidly with you on that. I don't see Daniel Bryan losing the title in this chamber. I was a little bit with Daniel Bryan Mustafa, but with Mustafa out for injury, Kofi Kingston swaps in, and it's honestly just as good, if not better, of a planned match here. I wanted Kofi to hold that WWE title for a really long time, so giving him the opportunity would be a good little moment.
With Ali in the match, I was expecting him to have a Santino moment, where he just came that close to winning the title against Daniel Bryan, and just didn't get it.
Yeah.
So we could always transfer that over to Kofi, and then Kofi and Daniel Bryan's gimmicks would be a perfect mesh for WrestleMania.
Yeah. The whole New Day, really, and if Daniel Bryan's got his Planeteers behind him, then New Day versus Bryan and the Planeteers would be a great little fast lane stall match to get you through. So plenty of options, and I think that feud would be really well done on the mic as well as in the ring. And then, of course, the pop when Kofi wins and takes the belt off Daniel Bryan. And then introduces some weird, like, pancake belt instead of the hemp belt. It just takes a bite out of it.
Made with the waffle iron.
I forgot they have a WWE Championship waffle iron. Oh. Okay. Yep, just wear the waffle around his waist. It's decided. It seems like we're talking about Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston a lot. We're sort of discounting 4 really good competitors, and we're not sort of discounting them because they're not good competitors. We just don't expect them to be involved in the WWE Championship run-up mania, I guess, with AJ, Jeff, Randy, and Samoa.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't make a couple of them don't make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because of their alignment. One of them we've seen to death recently. The only other person would be Jeff Hardy, and that would be okay, because, again, the gimmicks do line up.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like when Jeff and CM Punk's gimmicks lined up back in the day. It just... There's something about Kofi and Daniel Bryan. It just seems like it could be special.
So we're just going to solidly jump on that horse, ride it into battle, and the other 4 will end up in some combination of matches, or maybe a multi-man for the US title, or something or other. We will see.
Yeah. It's just... Since we can't get the Miz match that we wanted previously, I think this is the next best thing.
Fair enough. Maybe we still get the Miz match. Maybe they could still... No, they're not going to. That's fine. Tag Team Elimination Chamber match to crown the inaugural, in this run of the belts, WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Okay. Let's start the long list of competitors. Nia Jackson, Tamina, the Riot Squad, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, the Iconics, Bayley and Sasha Banks, and Naomi and Carmella.
This should be interesting. We'll have to see where they go from here with this, but I think it's pretty sure, because of the whole thing about, is Sasha hurt? Oh wait, no she's not. Thing. I think it's going to lead to Bayley and Sasha overcoming the odds and winning the titles.
Yeah, because I believe from this match graphic, and it might be a wrong one, that Banks and Bayley will be starting off with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville as the number 1 and 2 competitors.
Yeah, because they both lost their matches on their respective shows,
Mm-hmm.
and as punishment, they have to enter the chamber first.
So it will purely be having to run the gauntlet essentially and take out every other team that's in the match. Crazy thought. What about the Iconics?
No.
Are you giving them a 0% chance? Say 0. Say 0. No. But if we give them a 0% chance and they'll win, can't we give them a 0% chance just this once for me?
1%.
Oh. That's higher than 0. But what if we wanted Bayley and Sasha to chase the belts to WrestleMania? And we wanted a cross-brand feud?
Well, technically for the women, the branding is pretty much dead.
Yeah. In theory, they still belong to brands.
It'd be okay, I guess, but... Damn, give me a payoff for that Sasha Bayley storyline.
Yeah, but you get it at WrestleMania. You gotta wait, because the Iconics gotta have the belts now. I'm putting 100% chance behind Iconics. I'm putting all my chips in, all in. Iconics gonna win the belts. Am I a madman? Yes. But I'm gonna do it. And then we can have Bayley and Sasha chase them and then win at WrestleMania. Don't care. I'm gonna be happy. I guess the question to you then I'm gonna pose, if you are behind the Bayley Sasha victory at Elimination Chamber, who are they fighting at Fastlane at WrestleMania going forward from here? Ain't so easy anymore.
Actually, probably the Iconics.
Can't we just switch that? You know, just. It's what makes the most sense.
It's either them or the Riot Squad.
Yeah, but we've seen the Riot Squad to death. The Riot Squad versus Sasha Banks and Bayley we've seen to death.
Well, then your option is Tamina and Nia Jax.
I will take the Iconics. And I'm just switching what you've got Bayley and Sasha winning and then feuding with Iconics. I'm gonna just swap it. I can do that. I think the run up from here to WrestleMania with Fastlane in the middle, obviously, is going to be so telling for the belts that we don't have matches for yet. We get in this sort of weird period where WrestleMania matches get announced ahead of time, and then that sort of division just starts stalling, essentially. At least with the Raw Women's Championship, we know that's still going to evolve and still going to change a little bit between now and then. We're going to have feuds going forward. With the Universal Championship, it's just sort of a halt. You know it will be Seth, and you know it will be Brock. And nothing's going to change, and we just got to wait 2 months until we get to actually see that match. So as we go in these next 2 months, there'll be, more matches set ahead of time, and then we just sort of hit that big pause button, or that stall button. And I hope we don't hit those too early. I hope we start hitting them after Fastlane. But the Women's Tag Team Championships, I have a feeling from this match through to WrestleMania will be one storyline. And whether it is Iconics and Banks and Bayley, we'll have to wait and see. But I don't see them jumping around too much here. We're pretty much done. Is there anything else you want to mention about Elimination Chamber or Raw or SmackDown?
No, so how about I give you the floor to brag about a certain event that happened in Japan?
Well, fair enough. I believe the fourth youngest IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Bit of a Kiwi boy. Bit of a surprising moment as well, not expecting it. I believe you broke the news in the chat, just being like, hey, Jay White won, right? I didn't even know he was challenging for the belt, and all of a sudden we have a Kiwi IWGP champion. Quite happy. And I believe it happened Would have been like 3 days after my birthday, so it was just a late birthday present. Jay was a little late getting to me. It's fine, Jay. It's alright. Next time, be a little more punctual. But yeah, that's all I've got. Thumbs up, and Kiwi's doing big things. Travis also being shown over on NXT UK. Obviously, Dakota Kai getting healed up. TK Cooper coming back soon as well. And probably plenty of other Kiwis I've missed, so thumbs up. And we've hit time, thanks to me rambling. So it's been great talking to you.
Maybe.
You can visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/WrestlingRadio, or Twitter page, twitter.com/WrestlingRadio. And we'll see you next week with the results from Elimination Chamber.